What's going on, guys? So this week I want to do something completely different, showing you guys or teaching you guys how Erin and I train while working 12-hour shifts. We work continental. She does 2 weeks of days and then 2 weeks of nights and flip-flops, where I go from it would basically, so for example, I'm on nights this weekend, and then when I go back into work will be days, and I'm back in the night. So you can see our schedule is crazy. So I hope you guys enjoy this. If you do, please comment down below, like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and let's get into it.
Hey guys, I just got home from work and the theme of the vlog is how do we fit training in around our shift work? And let me tell you, it's not easy, but I was kind of reflecting on this earlier today, how honestly, the only way is discipline. I get home and right now I could so easily go and just lay on the couch and watch TV. That's all I want to do. But I think for me, hyping myself up in the car and then getting home and going straight onto the treadmill or straight onto the bike helps me so much. I don't even go in the kitchen. I don't even go into the living room, because if I sit down even for a second, I will not train.
All right, so I'm gonna start this off with night shifts. I find that's the hardest one for a lot of people, is coming off of a night shift and being like, okay, I wanna train, but my mind is foggy. I don't feel motivated. My body hurts depending on what your job is or how strenuous or physical the demands are of your shift. I get it. I understand. I've had those days. So when you have days like that, my advice, and I feel the best thing you could do, is to do something light. That could be rowing machine. That could be going for a hike with your dog. That could be going on the bike, and just thinking of it as a soul fulfilling activity. These days, when you don't feel highly motivated to go and smash out a workout, that's your body talking to you, and you gotta listen.
So just to add to what I'm saying, I never work out directly when I get home from a night shift. I always make sure that I prioritize sleep first, and then once I wake up is when I will start to focus on whatever my workout is going to be that day.
So that's something that I really focus on, is I do a mental check when I wake up and I see how am I feeling. Am I feeling motivated? Cool. I will stick to my program that my coach has given me, and I'll do that workout. If I know it's not there and I might have had a rough sleep coming off that night shift, I'm not going to go and smash out something high intensity. So do something light. Keep it easy. Doesn't have to be super long either. You could always just start with 5 to 10 minutes of an activity. And if you find that your motivation, your state of mind is increasing, awesome. Go a little bit longer if you have the time. There is nothing better than getting the body moving before you go into your next shift. Because you guys gotta remember, doing something is way better than doing nothing at all.
If I have a bike scheduled for today and a run scheduled for tomorrow, since it's the off season, if I feel like running today, I'll run today and bike tomorrow. I don't mind flipping things around. That's another thing that keeps me really motivated. If I feel like I'm really motivated to run today and not bike, then you kind of just gotta roll with what you feel like you're in the mood to do. Still sticking relatively to the training program, but also listening to yourself and kind of following where your motivation leads you, because you'll be way more likely to train if you're actually excited and motivated to do that workout. And that's pretty much it.
All right, so another thing I would like to add to that is having a structured program. So having a coach that provides flexibility in the programming itself, which I find is extremely important, because you want to have some sort of structure that's going to allow you to not get lost depending on what your discipline is. And that's even if you have a sport that you're focusing on. If you just train for good health, I still think having a coach is important. So our coach is Matt Dixon from Purple Patch Fitness. We've been with them now for almost 2 years, and I can honestly say, for being a time-starved athlete, it has allowed me to really increase my performance. See, we can move our workouts around. We have our key workouts, and then we have our days that are just supporting. Majority of the time, I just do the supporting workouts if I'm having a rough day.
Something else that helps me stay motivated to train after work is already knowing that I'm not gonna do anything super intense. So I never plan any of my hard workouts on day shift. By knowing my body and knowing myself, kind of what I'm capable of after a day shift, I just purposefully don't ever structure any high intensity on a day shift or really after a night shift. So that leaves all of my intense or long days on my days off.
Your environment is so important to your success of staying on top of your health and fitness. So having a gym membership, going to classes like an F45 in your local area, depending on the time and schedule, a CrossFit gym, spin class, those are another thing as well that you guys can put into your routine to keep yourself accountable and staying in the environment. So then that way, if you feel a lack of motivation, you have those systems in place to make sure that you're getting the check mark in the box and that you're doing something. And I'm gonna probably say that a lot in this video, that you just need to do something. It's so important. Consistency is key, no matter what it looks like, as long as it's relevant to what you're working on specifically, whether it's weight loss, strength gain, becoming a faster runner, swimmer, biker, whatever it may be. It's all about those little small movements forward. And you know, a good way to put it is you know, Will Smith had told this story, and the story will forever live in my mind, is his dad made him and his brother build a wall, one brick at a time. Don't think about the wall being built today. Think about, can you put one brick on top of the other brick today, and then tomorrow another brick, and keep going from there. When you look back at that wall a year later, you're gonna be able to say, damn, I did it, and I'm happy that I did it, because I did one thing every single day that kept me consistent, accountable, and I had support along the way.
A key thing for me is making sure I stay hydrated and fueled up prior to getting home. So I usually have my last meal around 5 o'clock, and then my shift ends at 6:30. So if I have a meal before I get home, it means I'm not hungry right when I get home, and I'm fueled up for whatever workout I plan on doing for that night. Something kind of related to training is meal prepping. So for me, I mean, I don't have a lot of time. I basically get home, train, maybe have a quick snack, and then go to bed. Then I have to wake up at 5 a.m., go back to work, and it's a whole cycle. You guys know the drill. For me, knowing that I have prepped food in the fridge that I can just eat right on the go, that saves me training. So you never wanna have to, I guess, decide between am I gonna train or am I gonna eat? Because you might only have time for one of those things. So I always try and prep my food. Like if I'm going into a weekend block, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I'll prep my food for the entire weekend. That way I always know that I have food at the end of my workout or before my workout, so that I'm never having to choose between eating and training. That way I have time for everything, and I really, really try and stay on top of my sleep, so I don't want to compromise the amount of time that I sleep for a late training session or not having food. But basically, prepping food is key for getting your training in if you are a shift worker.
Oh hey, I'm back and on the bike, and this is a different day. This isn't the same day that I'm just working out doing a million things. So I want to talk lightly about fueling around your workout. Erin did a good job talking about how she preps her stuff. Thank you, Erin. So for me, coming off a night shift, a few things that I like to do to make sure that I am well prepared to have energy throughout my workout. First thing, water with salt and lemon. Or you could have LMNT, which is something that we've been having regularly. And I find having that sodium is helpful for shift workers specifically, just because we lose electrolytes when we are up late at night, we're sweating, whatever our job may be, and then next thing you know, we're not retaining water when we're trying to sleep during the day. A little bit of a tip there. Some sort of carb and protein, whether that's a banana, some peanut butter, some toast, something that I know I could use, one, as fuel, and two, that I'm not going into my workouts feeling completely depleted of all energy sources. So come up with something that you're going to be able to use as a source of fuel to make sure that when you go into your workouts that you have enough energy. Like I said, this is just a small thing, small little tip, and if you need help, please comment down below on some ideas of other things that you could use, oatmeal, etc., with a scoop of protein, and then that will help you go into your workouts making sure that you are properly fueled and you have a good experience.
Okay, I'm 20 minutes in, and I just thought of something else. So something that helps me, I guess, keep the ball rolling, keep myself motivated, and train when I'm on shifts is I try and stay slightly active throughout my day. So today, for example, is a pretty busy day, but I still managed to get in a short 30-minute yoga session in the morning. I'm lucky lucky because at work I'm able to squeeze those things in. And then I also keep some stretch cords and bands at work, as well as a 20-pound kettlebell. And I like to do like mobility and kind of save all of that stuff for work so that I can focus solely on my main workouts when I get home. But then I'm not like neglecting mobility and stretching and foam rolling and stuff. So if you do have that ability at work, you have a lunch break, or maybe you have some downtime throughout the day, I'd recommend doing that just to get some activation and activity in throughout your day, because I think that's super underrated. If you're not active at all throughout the day and then you come home and you're expecting yourself to knock out a workout, it's probably not gonna happen because you're gonna be really stiff, really tired from the day. So I would suggest getting in a super short 10-15 minute walk on your lunch break, or do some activation mobility stuff whenever you can. It just helps keep me accountable and motivated throughout my day, so when I get home I'm more motivated to train and I'm a lot less stiff.